Welcome to SVG Television, presenting our news for Saturday, September 13th, 2014. I'm Jimmy Prince. In the news tonight, the Ministry of Agriculture is now working to revive its land bank program. Minister of Agriculture Suboto Caesar says, while capital, finance and labor are all important in the development of the sector, it is also important that the issue of land is addressed. He says the ministry is inviting persons with agricultural lands who want to make them available through a lease agreement to come into the ministry and register their interest.
Who want to expand their cultivation, and particularly since we are discussing the issue of having other commodities exported, I know that the issue of the availability of lands will arise. We are asking those persons to also come into the Ministry of Agriculture and to register their interest in, by noting that they will demand or that they would like to occupy parcels of lands. And what we are going to do in the ministry is that we are going to match the requests by the potential landowners with those persons who intend to take up leases. This is something that we have been working on over the past 5 years, and with this increase in demand for commodities for export, we expect to see a greater movement and more traction as it pertains to the development of the land bank program.
A three-day workshop held here this week to look at the World Trade Organization's agreement on sanitary and phytosanitary measures has been hailed a success. The first 2 days of the workshop, held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs conference room, focused on public servants in the various line ministries, while the final day was for other stakeholders. Addressing the closing ceremony of the workshop, Agriculture Diversification Officer Ashley Kane says the success of the workshop will show itself by how the participants are able to apply practical applications on the ground and sharing the knowledge with others. He described the information provided during the three-day period as excellent and timely.
Because whether we like it or not, it's a matter of livelihoods and sustenance of ourselves as a people. If we fail to apply the knowledge gained through the 3 days of workshop, 3 days of discussion, then we will find that we wonder, we have the best soil in the world almost, we have the best dashing, but yet it's not redundant, it's not going anywhere in relation to making us a better people. It is not enough to have good soil, strong people. The important thing is that if we are to make our way in the world, we have to bring all of those things together. So we bring the knowledge and skills and the learning which have come through workshops like this, and we blend it with patience with our farmers and those others who we have to work and educate and get them to also come on the same page and understand what it takes for us to have top quality in St. Vincent, top quality export, and by extension, the best results for us as a people.
The WTO agreement on sanitary and phytosanitary measures seeks to facilitate trade and protect and advance plant, animal, and human health. Some news on climate change now. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS Secretariat, will next week host its 4th climate change seminar here, looking at approaches to managing disaster risks and building resilience. The seminar will take place at the NIS Conference Room in Kingstown from Monday 16th to the 18th. Prime Minister Dr. Al Gonzalez is scheduled to deliver the feature address at the opening ceremony on Monday before an estimated 100 guests from across the region. A major output which is expected out of the seminar is a portfolio of new ideas for strategies and approaches in managing disaster risks and vulnerabilities, as well as recommendations that will inform policies, plans and programs for building resilience to extreme events related to climate change. The OECS Secretariat estimates that some 80 participants will be in attendance at the 2-day seminar, representing private entities and the government agencies who work in climate-sensitive sectors, as well as international and regional bodies who are leading research on climate change. The seminar is being held as part of the OECS USAID PRAC project, 5-year developmental project which was launched in 2011 to assist OECS governments with building resilience through the implementation of climate change and adaptation measures. The Mariapa Government School yesterday held its first graduation ceremony for a summer program for students who are involved in playing the pan. The school established its first pan side in June 2013 through the Pan Against Crime initiative, which was then followed by the hosting of its first summer program for students. This year's summer program, which was held over a 6-week period, commenced on July 21st. Principal of the school, Irene Richardson, says she is proud of the students' accomplishment, noting that it was made possible through determination and hard work.
As the students continue to practice, I know they will get better. I am hopeful that they will be able to participate in the Junior Panorama competition next year. Parents, I crave your continued support in enabling your students to continue growth and development in playing the pan. For those students who are now in grade 5 and will be graduating next year, June 2015, I am asking that you explore avenues to have them continue playing the pan. They have proven that they have the right mental attitude to achieve, so don't stop them.
Inspector Jonathan Nichols of the police force also congratulated the students and says he's proud of the strides the Pan Against Crime program has been making with the youths.
All over the country, more and more young people are gravitating towards the pan. And the young people are now pulling the adults, because we are getting reports that the parents and other adults in the community now want to get involved, and we are quite happy for that. We want the youngsters, especially those who may have left school and idling on the blocks, we would like them to come and learn to play the pan, stay meaningfully occupied, learn the skill, and stay out of trouble.
Here's an excerpt of the performance by the graduating group of students at yesterday's ceremony. A number of intentions last evening took advantage of the opportunity to view the play Hamlet, showcased by members of the UK Globe Theatre. The theatre company is celebrating the 450th anniversary of Shakespeare's birth with a 2-year global tour of the play. Here's an excerpt of the play hosted last evening at the Lecture Theatre of the SVG Community College Villa Campus.
Her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
Shall in all my best obey you, madam. 'Tis a fair and loving reply. Be as ourself in Denmark, madam, come. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart, in grace whereof no jot in health that Denmark drinks today, but the great canon to the cloud shall tell, the wealth the king shall drink unto Prince Hamlet.